Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will start with the next topic, that is the homogeneous and non-homogeneous linear differential equation. So we will start with the first, what is the homogeneous linear differential equation. So if we will say the definition, a differential equation is said to be a homogeneous linear differential equations if dependent variables and its derivative occur only in one degree. What is mean to say that? Suppose that you have a dy by dx. In this case, your y is the dependent variable and your x is the independent variable. So what do you want to say that your dy by dx, this occur only one degree and it is not multiplied with any its derivative. So that is our linear differential equation. And then how can you write it down? We will write it down P naught d square y by dx d n y by dxn. Then it's nth order. Then n minus 1th up to so on p and y equal to q. Now, if is a case when your q is equals to 0, suppose that in this case your q is equals to 0, then it is known as homogeneous linear differential equation. On the other hand, if your q is not equal to 0, this is either a function of x or this is a constant, then this is known as your non-homogeneous linear differential equation. Because we are dealing with the constant coefficient, so it means that our p naught, p1 up to so on pn, these are all constant values. Now we will see how we can solve and how can we move further. Suppose that this is our linear differential equation. So first of all, we will write it down in a symbolic form. So what is its symbolic form? P naught d raised to power n, P1 d raised to power n minus 1 up to so on Pn. So what is now d raised to power n, d raised to power n minus 1, d raised to power n minus 2. Generally this is known as differential operator, means d raised to power n by dxn. Similarly, dn minus 1, dxn minus 1 and dn minus 2, dxn minus 2. So these are differential operators. So first of all, how can we write it down? We can write it down f of dy is equals to 0. What is the meaning of this? Let's just see. If you have equation like P naught dn dxn P1 dn minus 1 by dxn minus 1 P2 dn minus 2 dxn minus 2y up to so on P and y is equals to q. This is our differential equation. Now we have to write it down, this differential equation, in the form of symbolic form. So how can we write it down? This is P naught dn dxn P1 dn minus 1 dxn minus 1 P2 dn minus 2 dxn minus 2. It is P on. Y can be taken as a common, so this is equals to q. Now, how can you write it down? This can be written as the operator P naught dn P1 dn minus 1 P2 dn minus 2. This is Pn. Y is equals to q. So this is known as its symbolic form. If your q is equals to 0, then this is a homogeneous. If your q is not equal to 0, it means it is a non-homogeneous. Now see, this is our symbolic form where f of d can be taken as these terms. So the second thing is known as your auxiliary equation. Whenever you will put this f of d is equals to 0, then this is known as your auxiliary equation. Now, if we will solve this equation that is equal to 0, then this is known as your complete solution. Suppose that it is not equal to 0, it is some value. Then we have to find its particular integral. Then it's complete u and v, it completely known as its complete solution. Now we will see this by method. How can you solve the equation with more clarity? Now see that how can you find a complementary function. Suppose that this is given to you equation. So first of all, what we will do, we will write down this equation in a symbolic form as I have told you. After writing it down, we will write it down its auxiliary equation. How? Coefficient of y can be put as equals to 0. Now when you will solve it, this equation comes in root. Like this is the nth equation. Similarly, if you will get p naught d square p1 d plus p2 y. This is known as your quadratic equation. Similarly, if it is n degree equation, you can able to find its n root. If it is a second degree equation, we are able to find its 2 roots. Now see how can we move further. Suppose we are finding its auxiliary equation. After writing its auxiliary equation, we will see different possibilities are there. It may be possible that we are getting one root, so its corresponding part is c1 e raised to power m1x. Suppose that we are getting two different roots. So in this case c1 e m1x plus c2 e m2x. Similarly, if we are getting two real roots and equal roots. So first is as it is, second is multiply with x. So in this case e raised to power m1x is common. It is c1 plus c2x. Similarly, if we suppose that we have three equal root, it is c1 c2x plus c3x square. On the other hand, if we have a complex root, it can be written as e raised to power alpha x c1 beta x plus c2 sin x. Similarly, if we have a 2 root, it is c1 plus c2x cos beta x plus c1 plus c2x sin beta x. Now, if we want to summarize it, so firstly, equation is given to you. So you have to write it down this equation in terms of symbolic form. Then you will write down this equation in terms of auxiliary equation. After that, this is nth order equation. So it means that you are able to get its n roots. Now there are different possibilities. Your root may be different, your root may be same. According to that, we will get a solution of the equation. In upcoming video, we will see how can you solve the equation based on this question. So thank you very much.